We're talking about examples. The writer is giving us examples. It can, for instance itself means, for example, be highly effective in allowing governments to buy food or provide housing for the poor. Like in case of natural disasters, like when we faced that earthquake of 2015, April earthquake, remember? So government provided money to people. Government provided money to people instead of giving equipment and kind, instead of giving cash. So government told the people to start building the house. In the first installment, they would get 50,000, and after going back and checking whether or not the construction is going on, again give another installment, and four installment, 2 lakhs rupees. That means 200,000 rupees. That was what the government planned to give. But this money has also been misused in some places, and not all those people who complained and filed cases of loss of their houses and other property was properly used. Okay, the money was not properly used at all times and places by people here, because government provided cash and they just told the people to build houses on their own. Okay, they could have provided kinds like bricks, like rods, steels, okay, all these things, zinc, what do you call those, sheltering roofs and all these things. Now see, these are the examples I was giving you. So especially in case of natural disasters. Okay, even in the western part of Nepal, when army was building, or let's say opening the road from Surkhet to Humla, when Nepal army was opening road from Surkhet to Humla, it was not only the Nepali soldiers who were working there. There were a lot of local people, and sometimes it was funded by foreign agencies like I don't remember exactly, but some like IMF and all, and FAO, especially FAO. FAO, what they did was they provided food. They provided food for people, and for food they worked instead of giving them money. If money was provided, maybe the people would uh, leave that place and come down to the Tarai land like Surkhet and Nepalganj and all these areas. Let's go to next one. Typically, however, this only has a short-term effect. This only has a short-term effect and does little to address the long-term causes of poverty. Even, the writer is saying that even if you provide other kinds of housing for the poor, okay, in case of natural disasters, this is also not going to stop them for a long-term solution. This is not going. And how? What? Now he tells forward. Tells us more forward. Indeed, it can even, okay, it can even worsen the situation if it is provided in the form of loan that needs to be repaid. Look at this. That is okay. Housing, providing ready-made housing is not enough, but the case would be worse if money was provided. That's why, compared to money, houses, or let's say kind, instead of cash, kind would be better. This is how you analyze. This is how you analyze. Now, if you have got question, you can raise your hand. You can raise your hand. I add points there. If I'm going other way and you may have something different to say, you can tell me. So this is how we analyze the text written by somebody else. And when we can analyze things in this way, then we can also write our own. Okay, let's go to next slide. Okay, this one is another paragraph. Let's see what is there in the third paragraph. We're talking about 5 paragraphs altogether, right? So far we discussed 2 paragraphs, first and second. Third paragraph. So third paragraph, other examples are there. Now see, there are other examples with reasons. There are a number of alternative forms of aid. Look at this. A number of alternative. What are those alternative forms? Let's see. That could work more efficiently in the long term fight against poverty. Fighting against poverty, the dreams, the plans should be always long term, because if you remain free from poverty for only 5 years or for only 10 years or let's say 2 years, then you are no better than remaining in poverty itself. That's why we have to solve it forever. Once you rise above poverty, that means you should never go back to that level of poverty again, except for such situations like we are in these days. So this situation will create more poverty in the countries of the world. So one of these One of these is for donor nations and NGOs to provide training for the poor to give them the skills to escape the poverty trap. Okay, that means we have to empower the people. What is the best form of empowerment? Education. Okay, number two, job settings and job situations, creating jobs. First, we have to educate people, and once they are educated, they are qualified, and then we have to create job opportunities. So that's what he is planning to say here. For example, volunteers could train them how to run their own micro business. You understand micro business means? Like retailers, okay, small finance companies, like microfinancing, the micro businesses, or like providing a small plot of land to people and ask them to give them free crops of seeds and all these things, and they start working on, or providing them with some animals, and then they start working with animals. They are also sort of businesses, not just agriculture, but they can sell the animals, or they can grow more animals again, sell them. Okay, and breed and enterprise culture. And so breed and enterprise means what? Enterprise means what? Likeliness or the tendency towards business, towards buying and selling, especially trading. So if you have any question until now, you may raise your hand. You may add some points there. Otherwise, I go further. So Aditya Bhurtel, I'm unmuting you. Aditya, Aditya,
Yes,
unmute.
sir.
Okay, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go to the fourth paragraph, and we are about to end it. Okay. The paragraphs are about
Okay,
to
sir.
be over. Now let's go to fourth paragraph now. In the fourth paragraph, what we find? Next slide. Another practical idea. So he is giving some ideas. So one, two, three different ideas. So you have to give your arguments. In what sense you think giving money alone is not going to solve the poverty? You have to do
Okay,
something
sir.
more. So another practical idea is to practically uses the word is to improve the conditions that cause poverty in the first place. Okay, improve conditions.
Okay, sir.
Improve conditions. What are those conditions that cause poverty? Improve conditions means number one, uneducation. Okay, this is the condition
Okay, sir.
number one for poverty. Number two, unemployment. Number three, less access to government services and facilities. So being marginalized and all. Now see, this could mean building water wells, or improving irrigation system. If they are in the village areas or rural areas, they may not be able to do a lot of agricultural work because of problems in irrigation. So providing them free water, like Indian government does. Indian government provides free electricity to all the farmers all over the country. So when they get free electricity to draw water, to drain water from the underground, so there is no problem. The farmers become happy, and they are also provided free seeds. And there is a huge subsidy. There is a huge subsidy with regard to what do you call that, loans. Sorry, with regard to artificial manures or fertilizers. A huge subsidy is there in fertilizers. That's how the Indian farmers are able to sustain, and Nepali farmers cannot sustain. Nepal, if you see onion, earlier the price of onion was almost 200 rupees, and now it has come down to 35 rupees or 30 rupees. So the price of onion is what these days in the market? 30 rupees around. Okay, not more than that. Earlier it went to 200 rupees. Some people in Nepal, some farmers in Nepal, they also grew crops. But when they grow it, the cost of production is far higher than the ready-made products they get it from India. That's how our people are not able to flourish in their business, as both lack food and water contribute to poverty. Lack of food as well as water contribute to poverty. That's why those people who are engaged in agricultural stuff, agricultural sector, they should be empowered. They should be given opportunities. They should be given a huge subsidy with regard to seeds or what do you call that, fertilizers and all. Now see next, whichever form of aid is chosen, however, it should aim at making the poor more self-reliant. The poor people should have a dream at least, and they should have a kind of conviction that yes, their dream is possible, because behind them is government, behind them is a is an organization. So they should have that confidence, and their activities, or let's say their investment, should be insured. Insured means insurance companies. Like these days, Nepal government also has got insurance policies for farmers. If they
Yes,
buy
sir.
a buffalo, a pair of buffaloes, and if something wrong happens to the buffalo, and buffalo is not able to oh, live or able to provide good milk, then what happens? The government will give a kind of insurance. There's an insurance. If the buffalo is no longer living or sick or something, the government gives the free service, free medical service to buffalo. That means veterinary service. Or if the buffalo dies, they will pay the amount that the farmer spent in buying that buffalo. So these kinds of policies should be there. Only then poverty can be reduced. So these kinds of things are happening in our country. So I was telling you earlier that we need to give examples from our own personal levels, current affairs, and all these things. So you need to
Yes,
remember
sir.
this. Let's go down. Last paragraph. Let's see how last paragraph is covered and completed. How many words are there? You will know that later. So in conclusion, I do believe that financial assistance does have a limited role. Okay, does have a limited role to play in the fight to eradicate poverty. This needs to be supplemented, however, by policies that work towards a long-term solution and greater self-reliance. Okay, with this we came to the end of this uh, essay, argument essay, but not the end of the class. Okay, now I will show you something different. Okay, let's come back. Okay, I'll stop sharing for some time. Okay, and now I'll give you a chance to speak. So you raise a hand, those of you, or you can give a thumbs up if you want to speak. How many of you found that essay was a very good A plus essay? If you find A plus essay, give a thumbs up. 300 words exactly. 300 words exactly. And in the IELTS, you are supposed to write on around 250 above. In our case also, we ask you to write essays in about 250 words. That does not mean less than that, but more than that. So those of you who would like to give a A plus, let's say A plus to this essay, 8 marks essay, how much mark you give? If you give A plus, thumbs up. If you give A, yes. Okay. If you think this can be modified, this essay is not a very good essay, it can be modified, you can give a no. Okay. So it seems that you are not responding. Okay, Priza, I unmute you and you respond to me. Priza, unmute yourself and answer me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will be discussing here around 10 minutes maximum, and then we'll be ending the class. Okay. Don't just leave the class. Okay.
Okay,
Number
sir.
is coming down. Okay. Priza, what score do you give to this essay? A plus? A? B plus?
So I give a thumbs up.
I didn't get your thumbs up. Okay. You raise your hand. Okay. You may have raised your hand. Thumbs up means thumbs up comes on the screen. And okay. That's great. Abhismad, all right. So many of you like the essay. You know what? This essay is not written by me. It is written by one of the students, one of the previous students of our school itself. Okay. One of the students wrote it. He may have taken some examples here and there, but examples are not very, very clear examples. These examples are vague examples. Okay. He has used vague examples except for where he was talking in the first paragraph. There the examples were very perfect examples, but below in the third and fourth paragraph, he did not bring very good examples. Reasons were powerful. The reasons were very powerful, but the examples were not very powerful. So I will send the same essay to you. You reform the essay with our examples from our context. Okay, with examples and reasons from our context. I will give you the same task. You rewrite the essay giving better examples or even more convincing examples from our side. Okay, and then we will go further. There are around 45 slides here. 45. Let me see how many slides are there around. Once more. Okay. Can you see the slide number 10? This is slide number 10, right? There are more slides, but some are repeated, some are giving ideas. I'll just go down and show you how many more are there. Please check and find out. We will be discussing things further tomorrow. Okay. With this, you can just see, have a look, and then just go. I will be telling you in detail how we write later. That was just a sample. We did this sample. We will go down and we will end it here. Okay, something like that. Okay. What is thesis statement? What is top and topic? We will discuss these things again in detail later tomorrow. So something there for you to laugh. Please see, read this carefully and enjoy. And then you can leave the meeting and be ready for the essay that I'm going to give you. Now I'll unmute you. If you've got anything to ask, you can ask.
Any day. Second one. Oh, this video was.
Read this. Okay, you enjoyed that, right? So with this, I end the class here. If you got any question, you can still ask me.